What's up, guys? Z Farrells here with the most feared for Madden 17. You log into game, you see Terrell Suggs, a most feared staple, and of course, Chancellor with all that hit power. We are about to go over all of the new items and content in Madden Ultimate Team. But first, please comment below and let me know the best Halloween costume you've ever worn or you've ever seen. One year, I went as a vending machine. I could actually get the candy deposited into the coin slot, and it went into a built-in bag down where my coins would be inside my box. So people just had to drop the candy in. I racked up over 7 pillowcases of candy that year and went hands-free. Let me know your best Halloween costume in the comments. But I know you're here for the players for most feared, so let's dive right in. So it looks like you just want to start playing, racking up the treats, and then trade those in for players. Looks like I've got a most feared starter pack. I'm not sure if this is a MUT reward or if everybody picks this up, but you'll see what the challenge treat looks like. If you complete the solo challenges, you will get these treats. You see here the new sets. I know MUThead will have all this information for us, but you see the elites, the golds, the freaks of nature, the gold players, the elite players, and then Master Brian Urlacher. So what we're going to do is start out over on the EA blog. They let us know that this is one of the fan favorites. Of course, it was excellent last year. Our players morphed into 8-foot giants. Some people loved it. Some people didn't love it as much if they got caught on by that monster Brandon Marshall that maybe my squad had. But you'll see here, it's a little bit of a way to twist up your action as players could potentially morph. Now, it's the most feared time of the year. Like we said, you play the solos, you get the treats, and you trade them in for new players. Those are some of the sets, and here are some of the players we are about to go over. So people might be saying, how do I take advantage of most feared? How do I get the most out of it? You really want to start with the solo challenges. I would say if you're not willing to do the solo challenges, which are 65 new ones, it may not be the most profitable promo for your coin rewards, but if you go after these, you will get quite a nice amount of coins, some packs, and some contracts. So if you complete the trick or treat, which is 32 solos, you're going to grab the 86 over Urlacher, 36,000 coins, and some packs. Now, if you complete the creepy, it's another 16 challenges with 24,000 coins. And then you've got the last one there, the horror solos, that will get you 28,000, a bunch of packs if you stack them all up, and I'm sure you'll pick up some items along the way. Now, you have the freaks of nature, which you'll have to earn 65 treats. Those players will morph to a 97 overall on Halloween weekend. So if you are completing this promo, you may want to think to yourself, you know, can I move these items? Am I going to be around that weekend? If you're not going to be around that weekend to play with those items, maybe you move them. If you are going to be around, maybe you capitalize and you say people are going to be looking for those items on that date. All right, so once you determine where you're going to be on Halloween, what you're looking to get out of this promo, and if you're willing to do the solo challenges, you've got to look at the items and the players that are available. Now, this is the 86 solo challenge Urlacher. Now, Urlacher in Madden 12, according to MUT Guru, was one of the best middle linebackers, the long arm of the law, just a guy you had to have on the squad. He returns now as a legend, 6'4" MLB with 84 speed on his 86 version. Now this is the weaker version, but still strong with 89 hit power, 88 block shed. When I saw this item, I said, Brian Urlacher was 6'4"? He's got to have good strength. He's got 90 tackle. I think he replaces Mike Singletary across the middle. Does he replace Clowney? Yeah, he might. And Ray Nitschke has, you know, superpowers, it seems. But this Urlacher, even the solo challenge one, has some real potential. Jordan Reed grabs an item. He's an 86 overall tight end with 91 route running. And right there, you know, he's not a run blocking type. This is a all-out receiving guy with good spec, good catch and traffic, nice and balanced, and the catch and traffic, and 86 speed. I love Jordan Reed. This is a premier version. His next version is going to get him to 92 route running, and I would keep tracking him if I ran a lot of corner routes to my tight end. Haha picks up an item with a free safety at 86 overall, 87 speed, 86 zone, 86 hit power. This is a guy I would say you'll start to see in a ton of lineups Last year he had a Schefter star, I believe. As he progresses, he stays balanced. And, you know, the Eric Reed Team Hero at 85 is similar to this item, so you don't really need to upgrade. But if you're looking for just a guy that's not going to let you down, he's 6'1". Clinton Dix is going to be one of the best people to fit into your Ultimate Team lineup. Marcus Peters, who I thought was pretty lowly rated at the start of the year, gets a 90 speed corner item with 84 zone and 86 man. That's nice and balanced. 91 press is good. It's not something, like I say, I value all that much, but I love his balance between man and zone with 90 speed. This is a budget corner waiting to happen. The Peters played really well. I think he had a rookie edition last year that a lot of people liked. So he's got good agility, good acceleration with his speed. That's sometimes a flag, but he doesn't miss out on that. 82 catch, and I really like this Marcus Peters for your lineups. Now, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry Team of the Week has been a problem for a lot of people online. He's one of the best. He is the best budget back in the game. And now you get another Derrick Henry who's most feared, who's 6'3" with 89 speed. Now, his agility is a little low, but with 93 truck, 90 carry, and 92 excel, you put this guy in the right style runs up the middle, you keep him headed forward, he's going to run over a lot of tacklers. I know power backs have come down a little bit, and I personally use a guy like McCoy, but Derrick Henry, I don't want to see this guy online, and I got a bad feeling I am going to, and I think you should pick him up. Zietler, great run blocker, 90 strength, 90 run block, great right guard. I know there's some good options out there at right guard, but he's always a guy I go to as one of my budget linemen, and now he just gets another version. Now, Vernon is one of our best budget golds, I think at 84. And now he comes in with 93 block shed and 93 power move. It still has 82 finesse move. Guys, this is an 88. He is better flat out. I mean, his strength is a little bit low, but he's a 4.3 end, not a 3.4 end, so it's not a huge deal. And, I mean, the block shed's going to get him off flex. Like 85 acceleration, this is a steal of an item if his price comes down where it should settle for that rated of an item. Staley, always been good. Here, he's a little bit weaker than I feel he's been. I know he's got really good impact block, as he always has had, but you know, left tackles don't tend to get in motion all that much. What I find is impact block effects when two players are moving. When a pulling Joe Staley meets a pulling linebacker who's trying to get out there to cut off the lane, when both players are in motion and they get a block, impact's going to play. That's my opinion. So, you know, for the most part, he's going to be just using that regular 85, not the 91. So I would pass on the Staley, but if you just needed a super balanced, solid left tackle, you can always go with a Staley and feel pretty good about it. DeMarco gets a fullback item. He's got 88 run block. That's one of the higher in the games right now. You know, I'd still pick up Derrick Henry and put him at fullback if I wanted to run fullback dives and not use DeMarco, but that's great run block, and if you pick one up, you know, and you ever use a fullback, he could be your guy. Now, Marcel Darius, 93 strength, 93 block shed. Wow. Power move's only 85, so this is basically a run stuff item. You know, a lot of people are rocking the Vince Wilfork right now at DT to stop the run, but with 93, I think you go to the Marcel Darius. If you can afford to pick them up, you know, you could always stick with the budget guys. There's a new Hankins out. There's the Williams. But you're going to get a little bit more pass rush, a little bit more speed from the Darius, and you still get 93 to stop the run. So another good most feared item. Khalil Mack, who I've heard a lot of good things about this Khalil Mack, the base elite version. Now, he hasn't had a team of the week yet. He's not playing his best football like he was so far, but with 90 block shed, 86 speed. Now notice this is an outside linebacker version of Max. Sometimes he comes in at end. He moves all around and he really can play multiple parts of your defense, but he's got 87 excel, 90 block shed, 83 strength, 86 speed, 88 pursuit is big, and 85 hit power. What we want to always go in and check with the Khalil Mack is 94 power move, 82 finesse move. Yo, they dropped some serious items in this most feared, and he's going to morph. I like what they've done with Khalil Mack. He's a guy I'm definitely willing to try out. Right now, like I said, I do have Justin Houston. So I've used the Melvin Ingram Team of the Week. If you haven't seen me use him, he's been playing great. But I think the Khalil Mack gives that Melvin Ingram a potential run for his money, and possibly a little bit more variety in what he can do. Jamal Charles comes in with 90 speed, 94 agility. And all this Charles is when Charles gets his next team of the week, he could possibly jump up. And he's going to be able to catch passes out of the backfield. That agility is LaShawn McCoy-esque. Charles is always one of the best options. I'm pumped to see him get back into the game, not just on the field on Sunday, but also back into Ultimate Team. And this guy's starting to borderline that threshold of, super viable. 90 speed's no joke at this point in the game. And if you like that agility and you don't want to use the McCoy or the Lamar Miller, you can always go to Charles. So he should help bring down the price of some of those guys. Terrell Suggs, 91 strength, 90 block shed, 90 play rec. This guy is, Tom Bahali. He's a run stuffer off the edge, but he also has 93 power move and 85 finesse move. Dude, if you get the Suggs and the Mac on either side, guys, it's going to be extremely tough to run against those guys. They can both rush the passer. They're both going to be a headache. I think they did a nice job selecting two guys that are strong and are going to be a nuisance for teams that want to run those stretch runs to the outside. Chancellor, 6'3", strong safety, 94 hit power, gets up to 87 speed with 88 zone. Now, before you had TJ Ward as the 85 team hero and you had the base Chancellor, you just couldn't justify paying so much more for the Chancellor than the Ward. But with him jumping up to 94 and getting that speed up above the 86, this Chancellor with 90 play rec, that's the level I like to see, becomes a serious option, especially if you drop them down into the box. You play a lot of cover 3 and your strong safety comes up to tackle because he has 90 tackle, 92 pursuit. So I'm finally into this Chancellor. Height doesn't matter as much in the secondary as I feel like it has in years past. So I've always, the last year or so, been like, I don't know if I need Chancellor because he's a little bit slower. I prefer a little more speed at strong safety. I play 2 men under with 2 safeties deep, so I like to have almost 2 free safety types, 2 Earl Thomas types. But with the way the game plays this year, with the strong safety up in the box and cover 3, dropping it in the flat, trying to have to set the edge a lot of the times in my cover 4 run defense, you need a guy like Chancellor to set that edge, and he's the perfect example of a good strong safety that can do that. Now, Hopkins gets a receiver item. We've liked his original elite that we pulled actually from one of our 10 win packs. We used them for a long time until we got up to Demaryius Thomas and Julio Jones and Odell Beckham and Tim Brown. So this Hopkins hung around for a long time. He gets up to 89 speed. He's got 92 with 91 route running. And those are right back at the best premier numbers in the game. So he inserts himself back into that conversation. And he's just based on price. Like, do you want the Demaryius, who's 200,000 coins, I think he's gone up to? Do you want to go for a legend? But if you just need a true one-on-one outside guy, this guy can do it all. And he's going to be a beast for you. I believe he'll morph and going to make it, tough. Now, Patrick Peterson, who's been my best corner, basically except for Champ Bailey, on the outside, he jumps up to 91 speed. Now, I already thought his original version had 91 speed because his original version never gets beat over the top. And with the new Brandon Cooks coming out, I'm afraid of that at all times. But he's 6'1" with 94 agility. Remember, it's a potential red flag if the excel or the agility is below the speed. But with Peterson, it's not. And he can play both man and zone, and he can press just for style. Like, he doesn't even need press at that 90 level for me to put him in my lineup. And yeah, you're going to have to pay a little bit more for it. But even if this bumps down the regular Pat Pete price, I'm a big fan of what this Pat Pete can do for your lineup. And, with how good the other one's been playing, 85 play rec, this Pat Pete jumps a lot of plays for me. He hasn't really let me down over a consistent basis. Every now and then he gives up one, but for the most part, Pat Pete's been getting it done all season. And now, Brian Urlacher strolls in. So 87 speed on the MLB is huge. When I first saw this item, I was like, wow, 87 speed's good for Urlacher. And then I looked and I was like, 6'4" he was? 92 hit power? Wait, 82 zone? Wait, 91 pursuit and 93 tackle and 92 play rec and 90 block shed? And then I'm like, wait, what's his strength? And I was like, 85 strength? So I was like, poor Mike Singletary comes out, he gets his item, and Brian Urlacher comes in because you can user him, because he's taller and he's faster. He's even faster than Ray Nitschke by a lot. Like, by a lot that it's worth switching. So he also picks up this ability chemistry called Hot Hands. And with Hot Hands, if you user a player, I believe, from the start of the snap until you potentially catch a pass, your chance to catch the pass skyrockets. So you get an increased catch chance when you're using Brian Urlacher from the snap to potential interception. So you now have Brian Urlacher and no excuse not to user him or your middle linebacker. I get that question a lot. Do I have to user a linebacker? Yeah, if you get Urlacher, you got to. And I know he's going to cost a lot, and you know, it's going to be an investment, and it might, you know, you may not want the morphing, or you may skip that weekend in Ultimate Team because you don't want to play against big players, but you know, we'll have tips to combat some of that stuff. You always have the swap button. You know, there's some silvers you can get for super inexpensive amounts if you think you're going to go against that. And, you know, just grind out your solos. Maybe the Urlacher comes down over time. Maybe he doesn't. We got to kind of determine that. We'll talk in the community. We'll talk on our Twitch chat. We'll figure out what we want to do to get the most out of the Most Feared program. But this is the best crop of items I've seen in some time in one promo. So no matter what you do, if you complete these solos and you pick up any of these elites, like, you're going to be in good shape, you know, no matter what you come out with. Everyone does something nice, and they did well. I'm really excited to try out some of these items. So I would appreciate if you guys gave us a like on the video. If not, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back with more Most Feared this weekend in Ultimate Team. Looking forward to it. And just for bonus, it looks like EA, I was over on their Twitter, is bringing out 4 legends this week. And those 4 legends we'll review on our next video. So we'll come out tomorrow with a legend review of these 4 items: Max Strong, B Doc, Darnell Dockett, and then a 4th legend tomorrow. So make sure to check back, and you can do that. It'll just ping you if you subscribe to the channel. So click that button, give us a thumbs up, and we'll talk soon. See you on the Most Feared field this weekend, and then next Halloween weekend. Lock up.